Hello everyone again, onlydraven here, and today we're doing 7 days to die. I'm going to do a just real quick tour of my new base I built, and then try to survive tonight's Horde night. It is night 49. I spent the majority of 49 days mining, a little bit of farming to get some gear, but a large part of it's going to be farming to be able to build my island base. Now, it's not super pretty right yet. I was going to spend more time kind of sprucing it up before I showed it off, make it look a little prettier, but with the new patch coming out, the new alpha, I'm really kind of excited to move into that and start building with the new stuff. And I thought I'd make this video before I did, just to make sure that this one didn't get corrupted by the changeover. So as you can see, I've cleaned most of the trees and stuff, some of the grass out of this area. A, for supplies, and B, just because I like to have a clear line of sight whenever possible. Also tore down that house over there for scrap iron early on. So as you know, originally across here there's just a small wooden dock area in the middle of the lake. I started there, made that my home base, and slowly over time built up its defense and then built this bridge to it. I like the drawbridge because it's easy security, the zombies cannot reach it, and it's easy in and out for my mini bike. So this is the place. It's kind of 3 stories, but like I said, not real pretty, just kind of all stone. I'm going to steel it up eventually, but I use all the steel for the supports at this point. So starting off, base tour, basic crafting room, tore down the house that was on the dock originally, rebuilt it, got all the basics going, all the kind of stuff you need here. We'll get to that little door in a minute, but we extended around a little bit and put some iron bars up, just so I don't accidentally drive off with my mini bike. That was a lesson learned. But the main thing I had to do was farm both the stone and the steel to be able to build the supports. And I know a lot of people worry about the island base because zombies can just kind of destroy it, the supports. Not when it is 4 layers steel thick. Well, the inner layer and the outer layer are completely steel. The bottom 4 levels are completely steel, and then the inner 2 layers are stone from the rest up, but it's steel all the way around. The zombies will destroy the wooden supports from time to time, but they really cannot mess with the steel. I put 3 layers of spikes at the bottom, as well as the additional supports. I've got some outer spikes as well, just to kind of deter any zombies that are going out there. I don't have the spikes on those ones yet, but to be honest, I can rebuild those a lot easier than I can if I was to lose this. So put a lot of points in cement, steel smithing, and then athletics to be able to hold my breath long enough to get down there and turn the majority of this stuff on. As you can see, Horde nights here leave a lot of corpses. I do not smash the corpses, because when you do, you are very likely to get this. Just a little dip in the water that I can't stand. It's going to happen sometimes. There's nothing you can do about it, but I try to avoid it as much as possible. So what I did is, again, I built this first, this cement column, and then I steeled it as much as I could. Like I said, it's steel all the way on the outer and the inner, and then steel on the bottom 4 levels all the way on all 4 levels going to the center. But the 2 inner layers are just stone or cement going up to the top. So doing that and then adding the additional supports allowed me to extend the size of the dock and then build the bridge out. Again, the steel supports being primary. Putting the drawbridge on was a little bit of work. I lost 2 of them before I finally got the stick. Anyone who has dealt with drawbridges know that they can be a bitch. I have put, again, some iron bars on each one, so I don't have to worry about spider zombies climbing up. But to get the drawbridge, I had to put several layers. 1 was not enough. I had to put 3 layers, and then I put that extra one on an angle just for safety's sake. But both sides look kind of identical. But with the steel supports and the spikes in the bottom, I have not even had 1 zombie in 2 Horde nights now, or 1 Horde night since I've got it done, make it through. So after building that, of course, I did a second layer, this is purely cosmetic. It's just for me because I'm that way. But then on the very top, we've got, whoops, we got ourselves a garden, and I can't climb a ladder today. Right now, currently doing some shrooms, but yeah, again, this is just where I can garden up top for safety. And then I can keep my mini bike inside where it's protected, keep my gas outside. And I've got lots of storage. So I keep one of every gun I make up here just in case I need to fall back and I need to grab some ammo. Although, again, I've never had one zombie make it up here in all the times that I've done this. And this is my second iteration of this island base. So even the first one, which was all wood, no zombies ever got up here, but the supports were the difference. Now, in the middle of that giant column, it's hollow. And this is what lets me get down to my fallback and my mine. So now this, of course, is the last defense. Being able to close this gives me plenty of room to be able to, as the zombies pile up, if for some reason they were able to bust through. I have a full backup crafting room down here, although I haven't really put anything in the forges yet. I do keep I keep a basic supply, backup of food, backup of medical supplies. I only keep what I need up top. Everything else I keep down here. Don't have many spare guns yet. I got a couple spare pistols, but just from gathering, I've managed to keep all that stuff down here. And then I've got a couple different mines. I like to have a mini bike, and I keep the mine 3 wide. Makes it easier to turn the mini bike down, turn it around. I'm sorry, but doing so allows me to go far distances and back. And I usually just mine all night long, except on Horde night. Because, again, the further away I am, the less chance they're going to spawn over here. And, again, I can leave the upstairs completely alone, and I've never had a concern where zombies made it through in a night period, or even a small horde. Horde night being a different situation. I wouldn't do that on Horde night. So, anyways, this is the fallback position. It is, again, just a secure kind of kill tunnel here. And, again, problem with ladders today. Come on. Ah. So that's the primary of the base, really. Like I said, the security on it is pretty much paramount at this point. I don't have any concerns. I see the doors open. No zombies can make it up here. By some chance, if a zombie manages to break through the very bottom, I've got the fallback, or I can close this down and shoot them as they're coming up, or bust even the ladder to keep them at the bottom. I've got a couple different, contingency plans. But that over there, that's where we spend Horde night. As secure as this is, I try to keep the Horde away from it on Horde night. And for that, we go over to this. And this is what I call the murder pole. And basically, I spend Horde night right here. Being up top, the only zombies in the current iteration, the current build, that I have to worry about are going to be the cops, because they can spit acid up here. But everything else, all I have to do is just crouch, and I can literally just pop off zombies as they get to the spikes, which will usually bust their legs and slow them down. Every so often I just stand up for air, and regardless of the direction they come, I can move around. And like I said, some of the wood supports have been busted out by the zombies, but I just didn't break those because I didn't want the water divots like right here. And that's where again, it's just unattractive. But I didn't bust them myself because of that. But as they get broken by zombies, I'm not too concerned about it. I haven't decided if I want to build a second bridge over to there, which I may do, again, just for aesthetics. But with the new build coming out, I kind of want to move into it just to be able to add all the new electronic stuff and see what I can do with it. So I wanted to make this video first just so kind of everybody could see it. And like I said, we're going to go through Horde night as well, just so I can kind of show you how the murder pole here works. But on here, that's where I just put loot from the zombies I loot. And then I keep just some basic supplies, some spare iron bars and steel to repair when it's over with. Even though I've got plenty of guns and bullets, I usually try to stick with crossbows as much as possible until a cop shows up. just to level up my archery. It's just an easy way to get that leveled. Once it's maxed, I probably won't use a crossbow anymore. But until then, I might as well continue to use it. So that being said, this is my custom-built island base. And next we are going to move into Horde Night. So stay tuned for that, and we will kill lots of zombies.